What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the second installment of my preview highlights video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking ahead 2 months. That's right, guys, 2 months. The books that are on this month's previews list, which is the month of April of 2023, are going to be coming out in the month of June. So again, we're looking ahead 2 months, and I'm going to talk about the books that I am super excited about. Now, a reminder, this is not speculating. I am not telling you guys to speculate on any of these books, but I am telling you guys that these books sound really cool. I have like 10 or 12 books that I'm going to talk about. All of them are new #1s, and I also have some cover lover picks to share with you guys. So if you guys have never checked out a previews list before, I have a link down in the description below to mycomicshop.com and their previews list. This is where I pre-order my books online and I save 35% off the cover price, which is absolutely amazing. It helps me pick up more books, which is a good thing and a bad thing, but mostly a good thing. But hopefully you guys will check this out and maybe you guys will pick up some books ahead of time so that way you guys can lock your books in and that way you guys are not missing out on any of these amazing titles. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and dive right into my cover lover picks for April's previews list. There are 4 covers on this cover lover list, and guys, they are all from DC Comics, which I'm sure is not a shocker to most of you because a lot of you guys know, especially if you follow each and every video that I put out, I'm a huge DC fan. I do like Marvel Comics though, and they do have great covers sometimes, but so far all the covers that they've released that are on previews, they're just not cover lover worthy in my opinion. But let's go ahead and check out the 4 covers from DC Comics that I'm really enjoying. Now the first 2 are both for The Flash issue number 800, and the first one up is the cover C done by Jeff DeCall. You have the Flash and he's racing a cheetah, and it's just Jeff DeCall goodness. It is such a cool cover. I've already pre-ordered myself a copy of this. Maybe I should add another one just so I can give one away to you guys, but guys, this cover is amazing. Now the next one up is the cover D done by Simon DeMeo. I am a huge Simon DeMeo fan. I think his artwork is absolutely fantastic, and what he's done in this cover right here is amazing. So the Flash is already out of frame. He's completely gone, especially if you follow the little lightning marks, but you can see his reflection in the raindrops. His reflection is still reflected there, and that is amazing. It's such a cool concept because the Flash runs so freaking fast, but his reflection is behind him. I don't know how that would actually happen, but this is a gorgeous cover, and I've already, again, pre-ordered myself a copy of this because I just love it so much. Now, the next cover that I want to show you guys is for Wonder Woman issue number 800. Both the Flash and the Wonder Woman hitting issue 800 on the same month, which is really freaking cool. But guys, the cover that I really like is the cover E done by Balin Ortega. This cover is amazing. Wonder Woman looks absolutely fantastic. It's done in black and grays and white. It is a gorgeous cover. I would love to hear what you guys think of this cover down in the comments below because I think this cover is absolutely stunning, and from all the covers they've released so far for this issue, this is definitely the best one. Now the final cover on this cover lover list, you guys are probably going to laugh because I actually do not have the cover art to show you guys, but it is for Power Girl Special #1, the cover G done by David Nakayama, which is the foil version of this cover. Now I do want to come out and say I did not love his artwork that was on Action Comics like 1051 or 1052 that featured Power Girl, but come on guys, how can you not pre-order a David Nakayama Power Girl cover that's going to be a foil? And there's also the cover F, which is the regular, and I've already pre-ordered myself multiple copies of both of these because I'm just rolling on it. I'm going to say, you know what, I think this cover is going to be absolutely amazing and I want multiple copies of it so that way I can submit them to CGC if the artwork turns out to be as good as I think it's going to be, and if it's not, well, I can give away the extras to you guys. Alright guys, those are my cover lover picks for April's previews. Let's go ahead and move on to the books that I'm really excited about. Alright guys, there are 12 books on April's previews that I want to share with you guys because I think these are really cool #1 issues that you guys might want to consider picking up. If you don't pick them up on previews, make sure you guys are at least pre-ordering them on final order cutoff when they hit final order cutoff, and if not there, at least put them on your pull list at your local comic book shop. But let's go ahead and dive into the first one, and it is for Savage Dragon issue number 267. Now what is really cool about this issue right here, because I do not read Savage Dragon at all, But guys, this issue right here is celebrating 30 years of the ongoing Savage Dragon series, and that is just such a huge milestone for any independent, and that is just super cool. Now, I am going to go ahead and read the synopsis for you right now. Savage Dragon's adopted daughter, Angel, gets married to Frank Darling Jr. at long last. Paul Dragon gives away the bride, Malcolm Dragon is the best man, and Maxine is the maid of honor. But no superhero wedding is complete without a looming menace hell-bent on making the happy occasion a living nightmare. Now, just like me, I'm sure a lot of you guys are not reading Savage Dragon, but I went ahead and pre-ordered myself a copy of this because this is celebrating 30 years of Savage Dragon, and I just think that is super freaking cool. Next up is the one and only DC book on this list. This is the only new #1 from DC Comics that I'm really excited about, and I'm talking about Steelworks issue #1. Now, the main reason why I'm picking this up is because the Superman titles have been so good as of late, and Steel is part of the Superman family. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. Forging the future! The metropolis of the future is here today, but can it survive a terrorist who's out for revenge against its builder, John Henry Irons, aka Steel, and his company Steelworks? And who possesses secrets that could undo everything John has worked so hard to build? Well, John's professional life is firing on all cylinders. His personal life is even better, as his on-again, off-again relationship with Lana Lang might be back on permanently. Now, he must decide whether it's time to give up being Steel once and for all, but does John even know who he really is without his superhero identity? How does the other Steel, John's niece, Natasha Irons, feel about his momentous decision? And does any of that matter if Steelworks crumbles around him when he lacks the superpowers to fight back? Writer Michael Dorn, the voice of Steel in Superman the Animated Series, teams up with artist Sammy Barcy, I want to say that's how it's pronounced, to bring you the next chapter in Steel's saga in this not-to-be-missed 6-issue miniseries. Now, what does make me a little nervous is that writer is just a voice actor and he's writing the Steel comic book. I'm not sure if he's actually had some previous work in the comic book industry. Hopefully he has, otherwise the 6-issue miniseries might be a dud. And also the fact that DC Comics only ordered a 6-issue miniseries and not a 12 or an ongoing series also makes me a little nervous. But guys, this is the character of Steel, John Henry Irons. I'm super pumped for this. I'm going into this with an open mind, and if it's good, that's great. And if it's bad, well, it's gonna make the chopping block. Alright guys, that is the only DC book. Let's find out what Marvel has to offer. Marvel Comics actually has 5 new #1s on April's previews that I'm pretty excited about, and I'm happy to share with you guys. And the first book up is actually Black Panther issue #1. That's right guys, they are relaunching the Black Panther title. They're also giving him a new costume, which is pretty cool. But guys, this is coming from writer Eve L. Ewing and artist Chris Allen. Now let me go ahead and read the synopsis. Banished from the throne and a fugitive in his own homelands, T'Challa still can't leave Wakanda without its sworn protector. A king without a crown, he finds new purpose lurking the streets and shadows of the Wakanda city that bears his father's name, Baron T'Challa. New direction, new villains, new creative team. Get on the ground floor of Marvel's next smash hit. I personally haven't read Black Panther in a very long time, but guys, that actually sounds pretty interesting, and I'm diving in head first, and there are some really cool covers that are coming out for this book. I like cover A, I like the Raza cover, and I like the 1 in 10 design variant. Guys, let me know down in the comments below which covers you like, and are you gonna give this new Black Panther book a chance? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Next up is Incredible Hulk issue #1, and I gotta say, I'm pretty pumped for this book. The Donny Cates run on the Hulk put a terrible taste in my mouth, but guys, this run right here is going to be written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and he is such an amazing writer and has done some really good things at DC Comics and Marvel Comics, which makes me really excited for this book. And this is also going to have art by Nick Klein, and if you don't know who he is, go check out the work that he has done on Thor. It is absolutely amazing, so I am so excited for this book. So let's go ahead and dive into the synopsis. The Age of Monsters has begun! As the enraged Hulk tries to take control of Bruce Banner's body permanently, a mysterious immortal turns every monster in the Marvel Universe against Banner in an attempt to free their creator, the primordial mother of horrors. With help from an unlikely new friend, Banner and Hulk must try to stop the world from getting plunged into darkness in this terrifying new series. Guys, I am super excited for this book, guys. You have to be excited for this book too, because Donny Cates' run was so so whack. And I'm just excited for Hulk to be a good, solid book again, because that's what Hulk needs to be. Hulk needs to be one of the best books at Marvel Comics, and right now it is just not. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next book. Now, this next book I am really excited about because I really like the writer on this book. And I'm talking about Loki issue number 1. It's on April's previews, and it is written by Dan Waiters. Now, if you guys watch this channel, you guys know I'm a huge fan of his writing because he did Sword of Azrael, and that book was absolutely amazing. It was so good. He took a character that no one really cared about all that much and told one hell of a 6-issue miniseries. It was so freaking good. So I am all in on Loki issue number 1. But this also has art from Jermaine Peralta. I want to say that's how it's pronounced, guys. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know down in the comments below. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. Loki saves the Marvel Universe? He may be the benevolent god of the stories now, but Loki's past as the god of lies returns to haunt him when ancient powerful weapons he once built end up scattered across the 10 realms. Loki must track down these weapons before they fall into the wrong hands and bring about Ragnarok. Surprising guest stars, exciting new characters, and startling twists await in this all-new miniseries by rising stars Dan Waiters and Jermaine Peralta. Guys, this just sounds freaking awesome, and the fact that it's written by Dan Waiters just has me so excited, and the fact that this is going to have new characters in it, which could mean some good speculation. Don't speculate on just yet. We don't know if they're going to be in issue number 1, but guys, jump on this book because it's written by Dan Waiters. He's a great writer. Sword of Azrael was an amazing book, and yeah, Loki number 1 coming out in the month of June. Alright guys, next up is Spider-Man India issue number 1. Now this is coming from a creative team I just do not know how to pronounce. I'm not even going to try. I do not want to butcher their names. Guys, they're right down here. You guys can go ahead and read them for yourselves and let me know how to pronounce them down in the comments below. But guys, this is a new volume of Spider-Man India. The first one came out in the early 2000s, but let's go ahead and dive into the synopsis. Spider-Man India returns. Just in time for his big role on the silver screen, Spider-Man India returns for his first miniseries in almost 20 years. Pavatar, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, which is the character of Spider-Man India, is back fresh from the end of the Spider-Verse in his own universe's Mumbai. But things aren't exactly simple. There's a science professor promising results, activating people's lizard brain along with a ruthless businessman who may be more than he seems. Don't miss the breakout Spider character of 2023. Now, I am not excited for this book at all. I am not picking this book up. The reason why I share this is because this is a big character within the Spider-Verse, and I know a lot of you guys out there are big Spider fans, so I just wanted to share this with you because it is a new volume of Spider-Man India. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to this final book from Marvel Comics that is on April's previews list. Now this is the book that I am most excited about coming out from Marvel Comics in the month of June, and I am talking about Ultimate Invasion issue number 1. Now this is coming from writer Jonathan Hickman and art by Bryan Hitch, and this is going to be one of those big crossover events. But guys, Jonathan Hickman is such an amazing writer, and I cannot wait for him to bring back the Ultimate characters and hopefully bring them back permanently because that universe was so freaking cool. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. The transformation of the Marvel Universe begins. Superstar creators Jonathan Hickman and Bryan Hitch team up. The Illuminati must form once again to stop the Maker from his plans to destroy or perhaps rebuild the universe, with Miles Morales at the center of it all. Bryan's work on the Ultimates helped redefine superhero comics for the 2000s. Wait until you see what he and Jonathan have in store for this decade, including new data pages by Jonathan Hickman, plus exclusive behind-the-scenes material on the world building that has gone into this project. That just sounds so freaking cool, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this book. Now, I do want to say there really aren't that many amazing covers for this book. I like the Peach Momoko. There's that one of Miles Morales alone swinging through the city, but other than that, that's all you got, Marvel Comics, for this gigantic crossover. You couldn't bring more to the plate. I'm really disappointed in you, Marvel. I really am. Alright guys, that was it for Marvel Comics. Let's go ahead and find out what the indies have in store for us. Alright guys, first up is Bone Orchard Tenement issue number 1. Now this is coming from writer Jeff Lemire and art by Andrea Sorrentino and Dave Stewart. And if this sounds familiar, it is because this is part of the Bone Orchard universe, and this is the next series coming out in that world. And guys, this is Jeff Lemire. You gotta pick up every book by Jeff Lemire, and the fact that Andrea Sorrentino is on this book, beautiful. but let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. Mini-series premiere from the Eisner-winning creative team behind Gideon Falls, Primordial, and 10,000 Black Feathers comes the biggest and most essential project yet in the bold and ambitious new shared horror universe of Bone Orchard mythos. In this extra-length first issue, Jeff Lemire and Andre Sorrentino bring you the story of 7 residents in a building and the dark secrets that bind them together, beginning with a death that feels much more sinister than natural. Tenement is the newest entry in the Bone Orchard mythos from Jeff Lemire and Andre Sorrentino. This universe features self-contained graphic novels and limited series about the horrors waiting to be discovered within the Bone Orchard. Come on, guys, when you see this creative team, you just have to pick up whatever book they're putting out because that's how good they are together. It is such a great creative team, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this book because 10,000 Black Feathers was freaking really good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next book. All right, guys, next up is a book called In Hell We Fight. Now, the synopsis does sound really cool, but what really sold me is cover A. It just looks like a really cool book based on the cover art, but let's go ahead and find out who wrote it, who's doing the artwork, and what the synopsis is. Now, the writer on this book is John Layman. I've never heard of John Layman before. If you guys have, let me know down in the comments below. And it also has art by Jock. It's not Jock because there's no C, but would that be how you pronounce that guy's name? J-O-K? Jock? I don't know. Guys, again, let me know down in the comments below. But guys, this is the series premiere. Life in hell ain't easy. Demons try to torture you for all of eternity. Monsters want to eat you. There is a stunning lack of reliable indoor plumbing, and it's almost impossible to get ice cream. At least until today, when 3 condemned teens and their annoying tag-along demon frenemy embark on a daring scheme to hijack a demon lord's delivery truck. What happens next will take them on an epic journey across the underworld, an infernal excursion of non-stop excitement, danger, and adventure. Presenting a devilishly fun new series from multiple Eisner-winning writer-letterer John Layman, who wrote Chew, Suicide Squad, Kill Arkham Asylum, and Argentinian superstar artist Joke? I don't know. But guys, that just sounds super fun. It's gonna be like a comedy set in hell with like big action. I cannot wait to check this book out. This book sounds super fun. And yes, this is on my previews order list. This book will be in my hands in the month of June. All right, guys, we have like 3 or 4 books left. Let's go ahead and find out what the next one is. This next book, guys, sounds really cool. It is called Wild's End, issue number 1. Now, this is coming from writer Dan Abnett and artist I.N.J. Kluivert. Never heard of I.N.J. Kluivert, but guys, that is his name, I.N.J. Kluivert. But let's go ahead and check out the synopsis. Journey to an alien-occupied interwar England, courtesy of the award-winning creative team of Dan Abnett and I.N.J. Kluivert, also providing additional materials from Nick Abnett. Now, out at sea during the invasion, our intimate crew of unlucky voyagers returns to a world they once knew. Their once cozy seaside home now occupied by alien invaders. Combining a rich cast of anthropomorphized characters in the tradition of Black Sad and aliens unlike any you've ever seen in the spirit of War of the Worlds meets Wind of the Wilds, Wild's End is a world unlike any other. One you won't want to leave. Now, that just sounds really cool. A bunch of animal type people go out on a ship and they come back and the world is just devastated by aliens. That just sounds really fun and really cool, and Dan Abnett is a pretty good writer, so I'm pretty excited to check this book out. Guys, are you going to be picking this book up? Let me know down in the comments. All right, guys, we have 2 books left. Let's go ahead and dive in and find out what they are. All right, guys, this next book up is called Void Rivals. Now, this is coming from a well-known writer known as Robert Kirkman. That's right, guys, Robert Kirkman has a new book coming out, and this has art by Lorenzo De Felici and Matthew Lopez. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this synopsis because this sounds really good. The blockbuster Oblivion Song team of Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De Felici debut the biggest new comic book series of 2023 with the launch of an all-new shared universe and a surprise you won't see coming. War rages around the Sacred Ring, where the last remnants of 2 worlds have collapsed around a black hole in a never-ending war. However, when pilot Duraka and his rival Solia, I want to say that's how it's pronounced, both crash on a desolate planet, these 2 enemies must find a way to escape together. But are they alone on this strange planet? And what dark forces await that threaten the entire universe? Now, if you guys have not read Oblivion Song or any of the other work by Robert Kirkman, you guys are missing out. He is one hell of a writer. And of course, I'm going to check out this new book by Robert Kirkman that is called Void Rivals. And I highly suggest you guys check this out as well. All right, guys, we got one book left. Let's go ahead and find out what that book is. All right, guys, the final book that I'm really excited about that is on April's previews is The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. Now, this is coming from writer James Tynion IV and Tate Brombell and art by Isaac Goodhart. And guys, anything that James Tynion IV puts out, I'm at least gonna pick up the first issue. So let's go ahead and dive into the synopsis. A Gotham love story comes this LGBTQ+ horror hero coming of age series that's Invincible meets Doom Patrol. Meet teenage mad scientist Christopher Chaos. For all of his life, he knew that he was different. His brilliant mind works in ways that defies logic and enable him to do things that push him beyond his peers. Unfortunately, these abilities have also caused great pain in his personal life, leaving others to fear him and leaving Christopher with profound loneliness and guilt. Then one day, something cracked. When a cute boy at high school turns out to be a deadly creature, Christopher finds himself pitted in a world of monsters, heroes, and a cult of hunters out to kill them all. That just sounds really, really freaking cool. And again, I pick up everything James Tynion IV writes because I think he's a fantastic writer. And if you guys have signed up for his newsletter, you guys know he's been talking about this book for a while. So I'm super excited that it's finally coming out. It's on previews and it will be out in the month of June. All right, guys, those are all the books on April's previews list that I am really excited about. Guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, if you guys have made it this far, because I am sure that was a much longer video than normal, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of this video. Now, if you guys have not hit that like button yet, please do, because it helps get this video out to more people. And guys, leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys are interested in any of the books that I just spoke about in today's video, because there were some really good books. Are you interested in that Steelworks book from DC Comics? Any of the books from Marvel Comics? Or what about the indies, guys? Let me know down in the comments below. And last but not least, guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you like that video and you like comic book content, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll be back on Tuesday with my Wednesday pull list, and after that, I'll be gone for a full week, guys. I will not be back the following Tuesday because I'll be coming back from the wedding, and I won't have time to make a video. But guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.